Hey guys, this is Seth Keeping It Real. The last hangout we just did went totally bonkers, and Google Hangouts ate me alive, and I finally found my way out of the beast, and we're live again. So hopefully some of you guys can find this. I did chat the link, but I think the chat closed right after I chatted it. So anyways, we are live, and whoever can find this, we're going to teach you how to do product research. Thank you so much, you guys, for your patience. So today I'm going to focus on teaching you how to find products that do 10,000 a month or more. Now, some of the techniques I share with you are going to be the same techniques I used to find specifically one product that does over 20,000 a month for me. And the method I use is not something you hear a lot of times because people are focused so much on doing this one method. You have to think outside the box if you want to differentiate yourself. You're not just differentiating your product, you're differentiating how you find the product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys step by step and show you exactly how to do this. I'm going to share my screen as we go. This is 100% live. So what I need from you guys is tell me if you can see. Yes, it will save, Luis. Absolutely. Tell me if you guys can see my screen. We're just going to jump right in. I'm going to go fast because of time. All right. So here we go, guys. I am going to share my screen right now. We're not going to waste any time. Let's do this. Here we go. I'm hitting share. Now tell me if you can see my screen. Right now you should see a little bit of an inception thing going on as we get started. Can you guys see my screen okay? You can? Dimitri, is that a yes to what I'm asking you? Give me a few yeses, guys. Any yeses at all? Can you see my screen? Yes? Okay, awesome. Yes, very good. All right, guys, so here we go. I'm going to start right now. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to use Amazout, and the reason for this, it is the most dependable research tool on the market. I would challenge anyone to prove it wrong. It is not perfect, okay? I do not get paid by Amazout. I have no affiliation with them other than the fact that I love their program. So I tell people about it, and I include it in our coaching bundle as well. You get an entire year of access to this entire product database, which is a huge bastion of research products, all right? Here you can see these are already handpicked, so you don't have to do a ton of research. You can start with these. It saves you a lot of the heavy lifting up front. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to hunt for products. One of you guys requested baby, so I'm gonna click on Amazon.com. We're gonna hunt by keyword. Notice there's 3 ways. Product database, if you buy their membership, you get it with the coaching program if you do that. It's a very fast way to find products. Hunt bestsellers, it takes you to the bestseller list. And then finally, keyword. We're just going to start with keyword. I'm going to type in baby, and we're going to begin hunting right now. And while we do that, let me sure if you guys can still see my screen. You can? Okay, awesome. Just want to make sure this is still working, you guys. Perfect. If you can't, let me know. I'll check back here from time to time. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is when I type in baby, notice it just starts pulling up products from Amazon.com. I'm within Amazout. I'm not going to go into all the reasons why I use Amazout today. I want to focus on the research, but I'm telling you, it's a free program. Get the program. It is worth it. There are so many people using other programs out there that are not producing the same results. This one will give you much more data, and what we believe in is going through data and seeing how it's been performing for months in order to know if a product has potential. So notice right here, it says high potential 2. All I do is I just click on that 2 and immediately takes me to this one first, which is a potential product right here, the colorful newborn baby wrap swaddle blanket. So the first thing I'm gonna do if I wanna sell this product is I need to pull out the keyword. And the keyword you're gonna extract, imagine that you took out all the keywords from this title except the keyword that you must have for it to make sense. So for example, if you took out everything except colorful newborn, that would be really a strange title, wouldn't it? Or if you took out everything except 0 to 12th month baby, we're not selling babies, that would be really strange. Or if you took out everything but sleeping bag, you would think you're selling sleeping bags for teenagers and adults for camping. So take out every phrase that you don't need in order to get down to the core keyword. And in this case, I see swaddle blanket. Everything else supports that. Look, colorful newborn baby wrap. Those all are telling me about swaddle blanket. Owen Bopo, who is the brand name, I have no idea if I pronounced that correctly. Baby, kids, toddler, knit. Those are all telling me about the swaddle blanket. Now, there's different ways you could say it. You could say swaddle sleeping bag, or you could say, let's see, swaddle blanket or wrap swaddle blanket, but the core term is swaddle blanket. And when you find that term, you're good. All right, and you guys can see it? Okay, perfect, thank you. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I clicked on save, so it's saved. And I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna return to the dashboard on the upper left. Again, guys, this program is free. I'm not an affiliate with Amazou. Get Amazou, it'll save you so much time. Okay, now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit Command F and I'm gonna find swaddle. There it is, okay? So I found swaddle blanket, swaddle blanket is now saved in my potential products. The next thing I do is I click on track this product. Now notice just a couple things. It's BSR 781, so it's selling really well. Anything under 5,000 as a general rule of thumb is selling well. It's selling on average 31 times a day. It's just over half a pound in weight. It has only 189 reviews indicating it's a newer product. It's selling for $12.99, which is a very impulsive buy. People will spend $12, $13, $14, $15 very quickly without thinking twice. You get a whole lot of repeat sales. On average, every day, it is making me $403, or in this case, this person. I'm going to click on track this product, and now I'm going to be more specific. So I'm going to say, okay, we want to track it. What does this mean? It means I need to find out who else is selling a term or a product with the keyword swaddle blanket. Who else is selling that? So I'm just going to type in swaddle blanket, and I'm going to hit start tracking. And notice it gives me all these suggestions as well. But I'm just going to go with the one I typed in, swaddle blanket. I don't want to make it gender specific yet, because I'm just trying to get general information and hit start tracking. Amazou is now pulling up the top products based on its BSR. Remember, BSR is based on how many times it's selling per day. And that BSR is going to tell me who are the top performing products in this category. That's going to give me an understanding of a niche, and that niche tells me whether or not this is a product worth researching. So notice it's loading the products. It's done. It's going to refresh. Okay, now right here, this confuses some people. You need to click on one of these tabs, either keywords monitoring, research. I'm going to click on research, and the first thing I notice is it has 30 of 7,000 competitors. Now, who are the 7,000? Those are the generic broad competitors. These are the generic ones. In other words, they're competitors who are not doing well necessarily. They're just on there, okay? All it did is it said, hey, if this keyword swaddle blanket is attached to a listing, include it. Well, there we go. We have 7,578 situations where swaddle blanket is included somewhere on a listing. It may not even be a swaddle blanket. However, there are 30 that are performing well. So the competitors is pretty high. That's pretty competitive. Now, does this mean I should stop because it's over 20? And why do we use the 20 as sort of a marker, guys? Well, let me show you why. Just in case you don't know, here's why. Watch this. If I just type in, let me go to Amazon.com. Over here, let's just say I type in swaddle blanket. Watch this, guys. Pull this up so you can see it better. Now look. Right here at the beginning, there typically, as a general rule of thumb, there's going to be 20 results on this first page of search results. So I want to be one of these 20. And usually, not always, the top performers are going to be on that first page. That's why we use 20 as a general marker. If it has more than 20 top competitors, don't pursue it. As a general rule of thumb. It's not a hard and fast black and white rule, just as a general rule, because I want to be one of these top performers. And if let's just say for the first page and a half is top performers, that means I'm going to have to work a whole lot harder and take a lot more time to get to this first page. That's the reasoning behind that. So I'm going to come back over here. And now you can see there's 30 competitors. Now, the reason I'm not nervous yet is because I have not niched down to a long tail keyword. Swaddle blanket's very generic. What I need to do now is specifically find out how many of these competitors are actually relevant. Are they actually a blanket that you swaddle a baby in? So what I do is I click on competitors and reports, which is going to take me here. And I'm now going to go through and look at all of the listings of those 30 that came up. It's going to show me the 30 top competitors. And I'm going to remove the ones that are not relevant. So for example, some of these might come up not as swaddle blanket. It might have the term in it, but let's check this out, guys. Okay, right here. So we have Swaddle Me Original, Swaddle, 3-pack, Busy Bees. That one seems relevant. This one's definitely relevant. That's a pretty cute blanket. The kid looks like a Jedi or something. Here's the original one we found. And remember, guys, you're not selling this original. You're not copying the gray and the fringe. That's not your goal. You're understanding a market niche. This is where people get hung up. They focus on a specific product and say, oh, they're making money. I'm going to make money too. That's not how you do it. You're finding a market niche, and this niche is what you want to compete in. So let's just keep going. Swaddle blanket. That's definitely swaddle. Okay, so this is different. These are swaddle blankets, but interesting. There's no... Nope, that's still swaddle blanket. Okay. This is a swaddle blanket, swaddle blanket. So far, all of these are incredibly relevant. A 3-pack. I mean, look at the main picture there, guys. The main picture is not great. It's just, boom. This one up here is much better. It shows you the cute baby. The baby looks cute and cozy in the blankets. Down here, it's just blue. Like, that's not a very good listing. No wonder it's not doing that great. Well, it's doing decent, actually, but not as well as the other one. Doing 18 sales a day, I guess, is not too bad. Now, notice a lot of these are very specific to a material. So I could, if I wanted, I could type in the muslin swaddle blanket, or muslin, however you say that, swaddle blanket. So I'm just going through and I'm finding out if all of these are relevant. And so far, all of these are. So this is a very competitive niche. So does this mean I shouldn't sell in this niche? Not at all. Does it mean that? It means, let me ask you guys, what do you do when there's too much competition on a niche? Do you know what to do? You narrow it down to something more specific. So in other words, we're still going to look in swaddle blankets, but I need to narrow it down more specifically. Well, how do I narrow something down? By being more descriptive in my keyword. So if I go back over here, watch this. Right now, I've been looking at swaddle blanket. I'm going to get more specific. I noticed that a whole lot of those were muslin blankets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on track product, and I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try muslin swaddle blanket. Now remember, this is what I love about AmazeOut. There's so much data. And guys, the more data you have, the more accurate you can be. You do run risk of getting buried in it if you don't know what to look for. And that's what I'm going to do, is try to help you. In fact, check this out. I'm going to try the cotton muslin swaddle blanket. This is going to be my primary keyword. I'm going to hit create. So what I'm doing, because the competition is too great, because like I told you guys before, if I just search for swaddle blanket, what happens, you guys, if there's 30 competitors? Let me come back over here. All of these people are doing well. Therefore, probably with 30, about the first page and a half, let's go to page 2, is going to be packed with top performers. It's going to take me a long time to get on page 1. I'm going to have to spend a lot more time doing viral launches or PPCI campaigns or promotions or giveaways in order to get there. And that's going to cost me a lot more time and money. Therefore, I don't want that many competitors. So what do? I go down to a more specific category. Look here. Swaddle blanket is very broad. Okay, blanket would be super broad, right? That'd be ridiculous. There would be tons and tons of results. Swaddle blanket is more specific. It's a blanket for babies. But now we've gotten to cotton muslin swaddle blanket. Very specific. Now watch. Now I come over here and look what happened, you guys. Now we have 14 competitors. Anytime you're researching a product, if the competition is too great, look at this, 30. You create a longer keyword, what's called a long tail keyword. So the competition is less. You're narrowing down to a niche of a niche of a niche, or a subcategory of a subcategory of a category. Let me come back over here, see if there's any questions, and we'll keep going. Exactly, Bernadette, you find a sub niche. Chris, you missed everything. No, just kidding, brother. We're just going to keep going. And yes, there will be a recording of this later, Yossi. Absolutely. And just give me a yes if you guys can still see my screen, just to make sure we're tracking so we don't have the disaster we had last time. Just give me a yes if you can still see my screen. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I have 14 very strong competitors for this. This is great. Why is that great? Well, let me show you guys why. Watch this, you guys. If I type in cotton muslin, and tell me if I'm saying muslin correctly. I believe I am, but I'm not sure. Cotton muslin swaddle blanket. Look at this, guys. Now I know that 14 of these are doing really well. So because on average there's usually about 20 results on this first page of searches, it's much easier for me to be one of these people on here, because now I only have to compete with 14, not with 30. And it's in fact, there's some people, some listings on this page who aren't doing that great, yet they're still on the first page because there's not too much competition. See, that's why we use 20 as a general marker. So I'm going to go back now to Amazal. Awesome. Thank you guys. Okay, so you can see my screen, no problem. And I'm going to look at all the competitors and reports. What this is going to do is it's going to tell me, okay, show me who these 14 competitors are. Now, the reason this is important is, remember, Amazal is not human. It's just a program. So all it's doing is pulling up the top ranking products with this term in it: cotton, muslin, swaddle, blanket. So let's go through here and make sure all of these are this. So this is, we got muslin. We have muslin swaddle. Yep. We have swaddle blankets muslin, no problem. We have muslin swaddle blankets. Every single one of these so far as I can see is relevant. This has cotton in it and muslin. Okay, perfect. This has muslin swaddle blanket, cotton as well. Organic, check the organic muslin cotton. I would love to study that keyword, organic muslin cotton. I wonder how many, or organic muslin cotton large swaddle baby blanket. That's an extremely long keyword. Very, very important to understand if that's performing well or not. Okay, so from what I can see, guys, all of these are relevant. So now I have actually found a very high potential niche so far. Now what I'm going to do is go back and we're going to take a little deeper look at this, and we're going to do some search on the monthly searches. So I click on monthly searches. You're going to notice it pulls up Merchant Words. Now, Merchant Words was founded by George Lawrence. I'm actually interviewing him live tomorrow at noon my time. So most of you guys in the UK could still be able to see this anyways. In fact, those of you guys in Australia, it would actually be 3 in the morning for you guys, so that wouldn't work. But for most of you guys, you could be there. I'm actually going to interview this guy live. So notice right here, I'm not logged in right now, but it's giving me 49,000 results. So almost 50,000 search terms. So I just hit save, and that's telling me, let me go back over here. It's telling me that around 50,000 times a month, someone is searching for a version or this or a version of that keyword phrase. Now, do not put too much emphasis on monthly searches. In the past, I did this way too much, to my own failure. What do I mean? This means someone's searching for it on Google or Bing or DuckDuckGo. It doesn't mean they're necessarily searching for this on Amazon. Now, one thing I can do is I can go over here. Let me show you one of my favorite. You guys probably already know this. One of my absolute favorite tools is Keyword Tool Dominator. Absolutely love this tool because watch what it does. When I click on Amazon Keyword Tool, this is going to tell me cotton, muslin, swaddle, blanket. It's going to tell me what people are searching for on Amazon. Now, let me go back here. When I clicked on monthly searches over here, this showed me what Merchant Words gave me. That's global search volume. It's helpful. It gives me an idea. There's a lot of interest in this phrase in the world right now. It's trending. That's great to know. But it's not telling me what people are searching for on Amazon necessarily, okay? However, when I go to Keyword Tool Dominator, what this does is it's telling me what people are searching for on Amazon. So the problem here is this word is so long, so what I need to do really is go back here and now hit search. Now let's look at what people are looking for with swaddle blanket. And notice the top ranking one is swaddle blanket and headband set. Wow. What does that tell me, guys? I might have just struck gold. That is an awesome way to differentiate my product. I'm not just going to sell a swaddle blanket, people. I'm going to sell possibly a swaddle blanket with a headband set. In fact, let's check it out really quick, you guys. Let's try this. Let's try swaddle blanket, and I'm going to just add headband set. You don't need to add and all that. Just put in the most basic. Now, this is interesting. Okay, so a top ranking keyword right now on Amazon is this entire phrase. That means a whole lot of people are searching for this. Here's what I love. That doesn't mean a whole lot of people are selling it. That's what I love about this tool. It's telling me what people are searching for. It's the same as if you went over here to Amazon.com and you just typed in, watch this, swaddle. Now, what is this doing? These aren't my searches. These are any Amazon shopper searches. It's telling me some of the most popular ones that come up. Now, watch. If I go like this, swaddle blanket, Now it's giving me more information on what's coming up. These are called autocomplete, what people have been searching for on Amazon. Listen, guys, there is something so precious that if you know this, it can change your business. If you can find keywords that people are searching for on Amazon, that people are not selling on Amazon, you are striking gold. And there are several ways to do that. And one of the ways is you start with the niche, like I'm doing right here with Amazow. Okay. We started with Swaddle. We narrowed it down to here. We're tracking. Now we got 14 competitors. I mean, I'm telling you guys right now, I'm sharing this with the world. This is the kind of product I would source. This is the kind that myself and my wife, Kimberly, we would go start searching, talking to suppliers and say, look, you guys have done this for us in the past. Can you do this? How many can you get? This is a perfect idea, perfect kind of product you want to start with. But what I love about it is you don't just have to start with this. Why not differentiate yourself, you guys? And if you realize, oh my goodness, people are searching headband sets with this, that doesn't mean a lot of people are selling it. In fact, let's go back and see on Amazon, how many people are actually selling a swaddle blanket with a headband set? Okay, so these people won this little award from Amazon. They won the little bestseller box. In fact, there are people on our Just One Dime team who have won this multiple times. I'm very proud to say, because they're doing things right. When you get this, you guys, on Amazon, that's incredible. Okay, so huge congrats to you Just One Dime warriors who did this. Cannot tell you how proud I am of that. $20, that's not bad. That is a very decent price margin. And sometimes, guys, when you just add one little piece, see that little headband? That justifies a much higher price and people will buy it. Okay, now look at this. Okay, so we have a different kind of, we have a bow headband. Here's more of a tie headband. And I'm noticing a lot of these have the same style. They're a flowery style. See that, you guys? That makes me wonder if there's a different style, or we could come out with 10 different prints, or even just 5 or 3 different prints to test them. Okay, let me share with you guys something super cool. I want to make sure you guys can still see my screen. Can you guys still see the screen? Okay, awesome. Yes, Merchant Words Alchow is not, you get up to 3 searches a day. It's $30 a month, or if you subscribe to the newsletter, they give you a whole lot more searches. Yeah. You guys can still see? Okay. I want to share something with you guys that's super cool. All right, check this out. I'm right now thinking about selling swaddle blankets with a headband. I'm also thinking all of these look the same. They're all flowery. And this is, guys, where you use your own entrepreneurial intuition. I'm just speaking my mind out loud right now as we go. This is how I research. I'm thinking, man, like they all look the same, most of them. I wonder how many moms and maybe dads out there would say, you know what? I want something different for my baby. These all look too much the same. So how do I want to stand out? What you can do is go to Walmart, buy 5 sets of these, all different prints, put them on Amazon and start selling them, and run a PPC ad campaign. When you run the ad campaign, you're going to put in keyword for, what would you call this? Rose design, flower design, pineapple design. And what's going to happen is it's going to tell you which keywords shoppers are looking for more than others. And all of a sudden you're going to go, oh, wow, I didn't realize not many people are actually looking for flowery swaddle blankets. A lot of them are looking for strawberry swaddle blankets, or rainbow swaddle blankets, or pink. You see what I mean, you guys? And it will tell you what people are searching for. Then you go back to the supplier and say, hey, I know exactly what I want because my ad campaign told me what works. And you have them print up a swaddle blanket and a headband set just based on what people are searching for in the ad campaign. And the beauty of it is it doesn't mean other people are selling it. In fact, if there's a ton of demand, if you see a whole bunch of people clicking on your ad for a keyword, let's say your keyword is feathers. This is a pretty cute blanket here. See, this stands out. Now, again, I'm just using my own entrepreneur intuition. This one stands out. So many of these are the same. And maybe these are selling really well, right? Maybe they are. But this one right here stands out because it's different. I wonder how many people would search feather, swaddle blanket with headband, for example, And there may be very few people selling this, but there's a great amount of demand. How do I know? Because it's getting a whole bunch of clicks. A whole lot of people, the click-through rate is very high. Not the impressions, but the click-through rate. And when I see that, and then I go over here to Amazou, and let's just, for example, let's try it really quick. I'm going to track a product right now. Let's just try it, guys. Here we go. Let's try swaddle blanket. In fact, let's just try, we'll do feather print, okay? Let's see what the demand is like for this. Because here's what Amazou is doing. Amazou is telling me what is selling on Amazon. Keyword Tool Dominator is telling me what people are searching for on Amazon. What people are searching for and what they're selling are not always the same. And when you find a discrepancy between the two, you have struck gold, my friend. And what do I mean by discrepancy? Where a lot of people are searching, but not a lot of people are selling. You see how that works? So now I'm using multiple tools to find a niche. Look, I'm going to say something, and this is not a criticism of programs like Amazou, Jungle Scout, Unicorn Smasher. People put too much hope in these things. You know how I know that? Because they're just looking at what people are selling. What happens when you look at what people are selling? You're focused on the competitor. What happens when you focus on what people are searching? You're focused on the customer. You need a combination of the two to succeed. Otherwise, you will make the fallacy of what's called the red ocean strategy versus the blue ocean strategy. Came out in a book some years ago, where you're just jumping into a water where there's a ton of sharks and there's a lot of blood. So now that I'm searching this one, check this out, guys, there's only 3. Now, what is my concern here? My concern is, number one, the price is terrible. The competition is 3. Most people, when they see this, they're going to go, oh, no way, I'm not selling that. Only 3 competitors, and it's selling this low? I'm not going to make a profit. Man, as a general rule of thumb, if your price is not around $12, it's really hard to make a profit. You see this, you guys? In fact, just for fun, let's just try this. Let's go to Merchant Words, and let's see only 700 searches. Okay, that's terrible, right? So when I see this, if the only tool I'm using is this tool, I'm going to be terrified of selling this. There's no way. Like, I would say, you're crazy. I'm not selling this. But wait a minute. When I come over here and I realize let me go back, right? Swaddle, blanket, feather. If this came up as a number 1 on here, ranking, or even a number 2, that would tell me something amazing. That means a lot of people are hunting for it, but not a lot of people are buying it. Okay, I'm going to stop for a moment. I'm going to go back. Yeah, floral. You know, that is the right word. Thank you, floral. You read the book? It's a great book. How about camouflage for boys? Let's try it, Ray. I love it. Okay, so let's try that. So I'm going to come over here. Let's do what Ray said. We're going to hit track product. We're going to try swaddle blanket camouflage. What I'm doing is I'm wondering if it comes up as an automatic keyword. But let's try it. Let's hit create. And then while that's happening, it'll take a second to search it. Okay, I'm going to hop over here to Keyword Tool Dominator, and I'm just going to see, after typing in swaddle blanket, I'm going to hit search. I'm going to see if camo even comes up at all. In fact, let me just do this, guys. Let me start by going camouflage. Hit that. Okay, it's like, Seth, you're impatient. Slow down, wait. All right, I'll wait, Keyword Tool Dominator. Okay, so let's see if it even comes up at all. Because remember, guys, this is not giving me search volume. It's telling me what people are searching for on Amazon. When you go to Merchant Words, it's telling you what people are searching for on Google or DuckDuckGo or Bing, global search volume. Well, if someone searches for swaddle blanket in Google, that doesn't mean they're trying to buy it. That could mean they're just researching it for a class or anything. It could be a number of reasons. Okay, here we go. Ray, swaddle blanket camouflage for boys. I'm going to click research. We have 0 competitors. So this tells me what, you guys? This tells me no one is selling this, at least using this keyword, on Amazon. Now let's go back to Keyword Tool Dominator and see if anyone's searching for it. Swaddle blanket camouflage, 0 searches left for today. Come on. I need to talk to the founder because I know I get more than this. I have infinite access. Okay, let me just go down, hit Command F, type in camouflage. Okay, camo. Check this out, guys. Look. People are searching swaddle blanket camo. And remember that actually came up, you guys, when I was on Amazal. So let me go back to Amazal. I'm going to hit track product again. Let's try this again. Swaddle blanket camo. Now, being the 4th is not bad. That's really good. If this is the 4th ranking for swaddle blanket, that means we got quite a few searches here, Ray, for this term. Let me go back here and let's see what happens. Okay. Oh, it's still loading. Get it a second. So I know there is a decent number of people searching, actually a large, looking for swaddle blanket camo. And yet there are 0 top competitors. There are 78 total. So what does that tell me? It tells me people are searching for it, but it's not selling well. So that probably means there's a problem with the listings. So let's go look at the listings. So I come over here, come back to Amazon, and let's do it, guys. Here we go. Swaddle blanket camo. Let's see what we find. That's actually pretty cool. I can't help it. That just looks awesome. All right. So notice right here, this is different. This is I was looking for all camo. Now we got pink with camo on it. I'm not sure how much people want that. I really don't know. Look at the lack of reviews. Okay, we got some reviews here, some here. It's not moving very fast. There's very, very little going on for this. So what this tells me is people are searching it, but they're not buying it. And that means one of two things. Either the listings are not optimized well, or number 2, there just isn't enough interest. If I'm finding 0 top sellers, even though there's a decent number of searches, that's a concern. I wouldn't go with it. So let's go back to our original one. I'm going to come over here to this one, because so far, guys, this one is giving me the greatest promise. Cotton muslin swaddle blanket. Only 14 competitors. Now, I'm going to look at Google Trends. Now, keep in mind, it may show nothing. I did not plan this ahead of time. Yeah, it didn't show anything. I know this by experience, because Google Trends is only going to give you short tail keywords. Let me give you an example. Watch this. If I go to Google Trends right now, Google Trends, it cracks me up how today we just Google it to find it instead of typing in .com. It's so funny. Okay, so I'm just going to type in swaddle. Here we go. Yeah, swaddle blanket. See what happens. Okay, so what this tells me is since 2016, there's been a growing interest in swaddle blankets. Now let's look at the peaks and try to figure out when those were. That was in July. I would have guessed it would have been winter. And that is in September. Let's look at this peak. That's in April. When you have random peaks that do not seem to correlate with any kind of pattern, that tells you it is not a seasonal product, or very much not so. Every product is somewhat seasonal, but very little. And you can see it's selling most in Canada, North America, United States, Alaska, some over here in Australia and India. These are the primary places that people are looking for it or hunting for it. It tells you the countries by order. So .com is definitely a great place to start. I don't see United Kingdom on here, therefore I would be concerned. No, actually I do see United Kingdom on here. Look at that. Do you guys in UK use the same term? I'm curious, or would use a different term. So this tells me the growing interest for swaddle blankets is there. It definitely has grown. Now let me go back and let's go deeper, guys. So now that we've done this, we know there's interest in swaddle blankets. Cotton muslin swaddle blanket is too specific for Google Trends to ever show, so it's not going to give me any data. Let's look at the reviews. 57. What does this mean? The middle review, okay, of all the reviews, of these 14 top competitors, the one with the fewest reviews has 8. The one with the greatest number of reviews has 690. The middle is 57. That's incredible. Anything under 200, huge potential. This has massive, massive potential if you do it right. Now I'm really curious. Now, guys, I'm just going all out here. This is how I do research, and it's messy, but it has to be, because I'm not just following a strict I'm following a core step-by-step process. In fact, let me show you guys that really quick, and I'm happy to share this with you guys if you want. Right here, okay, for people who are on our team, okay, this is only for Just One Dime Warriors. They get access to step by step by step by step, all the things to look for in product research, and it goes very deep. You can check this out, and this covers all countries. This is not just for US, okay? A ton of data, step by step. You get this on our team. Those of you guys who are not in your team, I'll give you a summary version of it. This I will send to you. I put it, in fact, I included it in the about description. It shows you key stuff to look for when you're doing your product research. But that's the core step process I follow. I get crazy and go all over the place because I want my product to be the best. So let me just show you how I do that. I noticed this has great interest. I noticed on Keyword Tool Dominator that #1 ranking was swaddle blanket. What was it? It was swaddle blanket with headband. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to search that on here. I'm going to say, okay, let's try that. Swaddle blanket with headband. This one right here. And remember, you don't have to click on one of these suggested if you don't want to, but you can. Hit create, and now let's see what this does. Here's what's going on in the back of my mind while I'm researching. I know swaddle blankets have huge potential. I know cotton muslin swaddle blankets have huge potential, and that's where I want to be. That's the keyword I want to rank for. I also know that headbands are searched alongside swaddle blankets a lot. In fact, guess what? That just gave me an idea. Here we go. Check this out. I'm coming back over here to Amazon.com. I'm just going to search swaddle blanket, and I want to see how many of these come up as a suggestion. So let me just grab the most popular one that is not sponsored. So we'll click on this one. How many come up as a suggestion alongside it? Because this also gives you some of your best differentiation ideas. You guys have heard Dan Rogers talk about this a lot. Frequently bought together. The swaddle blanket with the little bottle tops or binkies. I'm not sure which one those are, but you guys get the idea. Customers who bought this item also bought these. So this also gives me other ideas. Maybe I would get a bib with the blanket. That's another way you could bundle. If people are already doing that, why not put it together yourself? Look at this. Someone went all out. I'm not surprised they're a bestseller. Look at this. They completely did a bundle. Like they did everything possible. This is like the perfect kit for the mom or dad for the baby. You see what's going on, you guys? This is you're getting data. This is telling you what people are buying. Where people put their money is what they value, and that helps with trust. Now, let me go back to Amazal. Okay, let's look at our swaddle blanket with headband. We have 2 competitors. Now, this is not necessarily bad. I know that's a low number of competitors, but remember, and there's 338 revenue per day. Remember, if the term is being searched for a lot, but you do not have a lot of competitors, that often is an indication you may have found a gold mine. So, and the other thing here too is of these 2 competitors, I wonder if they included cotton muslin as part of their product, the keyword and what they're selling. Because I know cotton muslin swaddle blanket selling like crazy. If you add on a headband, my guess is it's going to make it that much better. So let's check it out. So I click on competitors and reports, and I'm going to look at these 2 top competitors for swaddle blankets with headband. Here we go. So here we have the floral again. And here we have swaddle. Why would they put that twice? Swaddle blanket, receiving blankets, headband set for newborn. Guys, you do not need to put swaddle twice in your title. Don't ever do it. It's a waste of space. It doesn't help you at all. And you can see right here, guys, see this plus? This is telling you BSR is going up, which is bad. That's why it's a red. Red is bad, green is good. A day ago, it was at 1889. Now look at it. It's almost doubled in its number. And even 6 days ago, it's gotten worse as well. So this is not doing that great. Very decent lifestyle pictures. I mean, they demonstrate it really well. They show you 3 different sets. But I don't see anything about cotton muslin in here. I bet you anything, if they had included cotton muslin, swaddle, and headband, they'd be doing well. Why? Because Keyword Tool Dominator back here tells me that it's telling me I ran out of searches and I shouldn't have. No, don't do this to me. I already have unlimited searches. Anyways, I'll have to get that fixed. But it tells me that it was ranking very high when someone searches for swaddle blanket with headband. And Amazal is telling me, let me go back and show you of my tracked products, that cotton muslin swaddle blankets are doing extremely well right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine this right here with the headband. That is how you find a product that can utterly crush it. Now, how do I know, to answer the question we've all been waiting for, if this product can make me $10,000 easily a month? First, let me share this. You want to look at what is the profit actually coming in? And that data is right here. What this is telling me is of these 14 competitors, top competitors, over $4,000 revenue is coming in every day. So if I take that $4,000 and I multiply that by 30, 4139 times 30, that's 124,000 a month revenue. If I just wanted to do, let's say 33% of that, what did I say, 124,000? That's 40,000 a month. If my profit margin were just 30% of that and I had this entire market share. However, I need to divide that by 14. Okay, so let me just show you. So if I go 4139 per day divided by 14, that's 209. That's basically $300 revenue per day per competitor. If let's just say reasonably, in thinking baby category, you get much better margins. Let's say my revenue is, my profit margins are 50%. So I'm at least going to be doing 150 a day, 150 times 30, that's 4,500. Reasonably, I should expect $4,500 profit per month off this product. Once it's launched, I have my reviews. And by the way, if you're on the Just One Dime team, you can get reviews very quickly and very legitimately to get your product moving. This is one of the hardest things to do. We have found a way to make that work that honors Amazon's terms of service. And if I have launched it correctly and I'm running my ad campaigns correctly, I could expect to do that much, around 4,500 profit. That's how you guesstimate. That's how you estimate your future profits for a product. If I wanted to go, now it's possible I could do even better because I'm going to include Headband with this to differentiate it even more. What I love about it, you guys, is the median reviews, the middle review of the 14 competitors, number 6 or 7 or 8, right there in the middle. They only have 57 reviews. You know, I could get 40 reviews quite easily on the Just One Dime team in a few weeks. That would put me way up there. And so my social proof has now validated my product in people's eyes. And if I use the pricing strategy and all the other things, there's no reason I couldn't utterly crush it with this product. Okay, I'm going to go back to questions. I hope you guys can still see my screen. Give me 1 second. Okay. So let me do this, you guys. Let me stop sharing my screen. I'll come back on video. Okay. This has been really fun. This is how I do research. I sit here and I just go and I go and I go and I go and I pull different things together until, and I hate saying this because it sounds so iffy, but you get to a point where your entrepreneurial know-how, and the more you do it, the better you know. I shouldn't say you have very strong confidence this thing is going to do well because you've been doing it for a while and you're pulling different data together and you think, wait a minute, I think I found something that's going to work. Wait a minute, this is telling, oh, that's not going to work, but this will work. That's how you do research. You follow basic guidelines, but then you go a step further using your instincts and your knowledge and what you're learning to find, you're looking for, it's like you're mining with a pickaxe, okay? And you find a little vein of gold and it goes deeper into more gold. That's how you do it. Okay, let me take questions. I'm going to jump back over to you guys. I hope this is super helpful for you. Let me just scroll way, way up. I'm really glad you guys were able to get in here after the crazy thing before. Okay, I'm out of here. No streaming. So sorry, Kathir. I hope you're able to watch it later. Because this is recorded, guys, this whole video. And by the way, remember, below in the description, you can have that product research tool as well. Just click on the link and it'll give it to you. Yes, you'll see there will be a recording. Okay, going down. All right, question. This is from Alex Adrada. How do you deal with those long keywords that you get the no data from? Is there any way to know what's the demand for that specific keyword? Alex, great question, by the way. It depends on where you are searching the keyword. So for example, if you're searching the keyword on merchant words and it's really long tail, it's probably going to pop up with similar shorter tail keywords that are related, not the specific. But if you're doing it on Keyword Tool Dominator, it's only going to show you if people are searching for it at all. The best tool in the world to find performance on a long tail keyword is going to be PPC ad campaigns. Now let me expound on this. Joe Cavox and I talked about it last week. I want you guys to understand this because this is cutting edge. It is the new way to find products that works. Let's imagine you're going to sell swaddle blankets. Go to Walmart. Go to Target. Go anywhere. Go to Goodwill. Find several set. Well, you should only do new, so don't go to Goodwill in this case. Find several sets of swaddle blankets with different prints. Buy 5 of each. 5 floral, 5 pineapple, 5 camo if you want, whatever. Bring them to your home. Send them into Amazon. And these are all going to be child variations. We teach you how to do this on our team as well. So for example, one of them will be called cotton, muslin, swaddle, blanket, floral. Next one, variation will be called cotton, muslin, swaddle, blanket, pineapple. Get it? Cotton, muslin, swaddle, blanket, feathers. And you're going to run an ad campaign on each of those. You're going to wait 10 days. This is going to be an automatic ad campaign, not manual. You're going to wait 10 days. In 10 days, you're going to look at each of those, and it's going to show you keyword performance. So when someone types in cotton, muslin, swaddle blanket, feather print, or let's just say floral print, and it shows you a whole bunch of people clicked on that, that tells you you found a keyword that is a great interest. But we already know people are selling that. Here's where I love it. Then you're going to find other keywords people typed in. Check it out. And this is not even your listing necessarily. Cotton, muslin, swaddle, blanket with bib. And let's say no one's selling that, but they're searching it. Now you know, wait a minute. I'm not only going to sell swaddle blankets that are cotton muslin. I'm going to include a bib with it. I'm going to bundle it. And I got that data from a PPC ad campaign. You see? I didn't just pull up some app extension that pulls up and shows me all this data. I'm actually finding what people are searching for. You see the difference? That's the best way to find a keyword. Guys, use this strategy. It takes patience. It takes time. I was just talking to one of my friends this morning, and we putting together this bundle of products that we actually, I'll be totally transparent with you guys. We bought them off Amazon. We found a bunch of competitors, bought all their products, putting in a box, sending it in. Guess what's going to happen? We're going to run an ad campaign on that, and it's going to tell me what people are searching for. Then I'm going to come up with my own bundle that's a full-on kit for this certain product that I'm not going to share with the whole world, that's going to crush it because I know what people are searching. I'm taking what, 10 different people are shoppers, or 10 different kinds of shoppers are searching for all the time. I'm going to put it into one, and we're going to crush it with that bundle. Okay, that was a long answer, Alex. I hope that's helpful, brother. Skylar says, can you add the long tail keywords into the same listing view, or does that run the risk of more competitors? So on the listing, Skylar, you're going to add long tail keywords, yes, into your listing view. And I want to give you guys, let's just do it, guys. Okay, give me 1 second. Hopefully you guys can see me okay. All right, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do this. I did not set up the lighting in here, so this is going to be a little messy. So bear with me if you see a bunch of reflections on the whiteboard. It's so hard to keep reflections off of this whiteboard, but I hope this is helpful. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do this, okay? Watch. I have my Amazon store names up here, so I'm erasing those. Because some people are crazy and they try to copy everything you do. Okay, can you guys see that okay? All right, watch this, you guys. Check this out. All right, here, I'll bring it a little closer so you can see. Treat keywords like products, okay? So let's say swaddle blanket. Well, watch this. Your core product is this blanket, okay? That's a blanket. Do you like my art? Hope you love it. This is a blanket. Now, let's say in your title, you have this term, swaddle blanket. That's in the title of your listing. Now, watch this. And let's say someone else is also selling swaddle blankets, but they have a different title. Their title is cotton swaddle blanket. Okay? And let's say someone else has a different title or a different keyword in their title, and theirs is muslin swaddle. Can you guys see this okay? I know it's kind of dark. Blanket. Okay. Do you guys get where I'm going with this? This is all the same product. Shopper or seller A has swaddle blanket in the title. Seller B has cotton swaddle blanket in the title. And seller C has muslin swaddle blanket. To Amazon, those are 3 different products. I know in this situation that all 3 of those sellers are selling the exact same product. Let's just pretend they are. What's interesting is they're all trying to get people to buy based on a different keyword. In Amazon, not the people behind Amazon, but the actual, the software, okay? All they see is the keyword. So when someone types in swaddle blanket, that's the keyword. That's the product in Amazon's mind. Or cotton swaddle blanket, that's the product. Not this. The system doesn't know what this is. It's just data. So treat keywords like products. So to go back to your question, Skylar, here's how you do it. You find out from your PPC ad campaign which of these is doing well. It could turn out that muslin swaddle blankets is doing really well because tons of people are clicking on it when that comes up. Or I mean, tons of people are searching for it and then they're clicking on any product that promises that. The problem is it's a super expensive keyword. It's $3 to $4 per click. That's expensive. And you're thinking, I don't have enough capital right now to spend that much money to compete. So I'm going to start with cotton swaddle blanket, which also has a decent number of demand, but the cost of the keyword is not so high. So I'm going to put this one in my title. Does this make sense, you guys? So you might, this is why 3 people could have the exact same product, equal quality. This person's making a ton of money. This person's making no money. Why? Because this person found the right keyword. And how they know? They ran a PPC ad campaign that told them which keywords are going to make the money. How do I know? The cost of the keyword for someone clicking it and the demand. How often are people searching for it? You see? That's how you find out what keywords to use when you're building out a product. You can't separate keywords from the product. You could have the most amazing product in the world. You differentiated it. It's got the headband. It's got camo option and floral option and feather and all these cool things. But the problem is you're using the wrong keywords in the title or using the wrong keywords in the bullet point. Now, one more thing. When you run a PPC ad campaign, it's very important that the title, the keyword in the title, is the same as some of the keywords you're trying to rank for. Otherwise, it won't show up at all, and you're just wasting time. Okay, let me go back to the questions. Does that mean the longer the keyword, the better? Go natural? Yes. As a general rule of thumb, the longer the keyword, the better. But just remember, the longer the keyword, if you have a really long keyword, let's say the keyword is cotton muslin swaddle blanket with headband. That's really long. That's long tail. If people are searching that keyword, that means a very high percentage of those people are going to buy. Why? Because they already know exactly what they want. People don't search super long keywords unless they've already done the research and they know what they want. But if someone just types in blanket, the chance of them buying your product, and that was the keyword you're ranking for, is very slim. Okay, I use this example all the time. Coffee mugs. If I'm just trying to rank for the word mug, my chance of making money is slim. Why? Because people could be looking for a green coffee mug, not a turquoise. They could be looking for a different kind of mug that has nothing to do with coffee. See? So the more specific and long tail the keyword is, the less searches it gets. But when someone does search for it, a greater percentage of those people will buy your product. That's why you want to find long tail keywords with as high demand as possible. Some people, they go, oh man, swaddle blankets, it gets 100,000 searches a month. I'm so excited. Hold on. That's too generic. What kind of swaddle blanket? Narrow it down so that when people search for a very specific keyword, they're buying that. It's kind of like this. There's this guy who's selling on Amazon. He's doing 60,000 a month. He's doing very well. He's only been doing it for 8 months. That should tell you something about just one guy, and the training is awesome. He's crushing it. Now listen to this. The reason he's doing so well is he's selling products that most people have never even heard of. That doesn't make any sense. What? Then there's no demand. Hold on. The people who do know about it love the product and they buy it. He found a niche. He didn't find some generic, I sell coffee mugs, I sell phones, I sell lamps. He narrowed it down to a niche. So of the few million people in the US who do know about this product, they love it, they're passionate about it, they're going to buy it. And he's making a lot more money than other people who are trying to sell, table lamp. And that's it, just table lamp or, water hose. And that's it, just water hose. Well, there's so many people searching, but so much competition, so many options that it's super hard to make money. That's what I mean by niches. Is Merchant Words part of Pro Bundle? Okay, we talked about that. When you add the product in Amazon, says Mr. Sergio. Okay, but when you add product in Amazon, the category is same. It depends. You could, great question. I think I know what you're asking, Mr. Sergio. Let's say your product, okay, some products can be sold in 1 or 2 or 3 different categories. Now, according to Amazon's rules, you're not supposed to sell the same product in multiple categories. You could change it up enough so it's okay within the rules. But let's say, for example, you found a product, Mr. Sergio, in beauty and health, but it's gated. That same product might also sell in home improvement or kitchen. There is a crossover. And so for a while, you might sell it in an ungated category and later switch over to here. Category has a huge impact. So you make a very good point. You want to understand how that product's doing in its category. However, keep in mind, when people search for products in Amazon, they just type it in. They're not thinking, hey, I need to find this in baby category. They just search baby swaddle blanket. They don't. Most people don't go baby, blanket, swaddle. You know what I mean? Browsing like they did in the old days. Most people don't do that. Most people, they just search. Okay? So the only relevance on category in this case is, number 1, is it ungated? And number 2, is the demand there? In other words, if I search for something and it won't come up because it's in the wrong category, that's a problem. Well, how do I find that out? Go to Amazon.com and just type it in and find out what categories are coming up underneath that term. Yep, no problem. Achao Kaban, Floral Design. I'm glad you made it, Midlife Entrepreneur. That is awesome. Very cool. I'm so glad this has been helpful, you guys. I work with ninjas. I work with ninjas. They're amazing. All right, let me go back up. Oh my goodness, you guys have some awesome questions. Okay, so Vamil says, yes, we also use the word swaddle blanket in UK. Okay, cool, very good. Thank you for telling me that, Vamil. I had no idea. Kyle says, I believe how it is packaged in the photo is important. It looks like a professional brand and people's buying habits will be drawn to it more. Absolutely. Guys, listen, spend a ridiculous amount of time on your featured photo. It's worth it. When people find your product, they have no way of touching, smelling, seeing, looking at the wallet. They can't do that like they could at a regular store. They can't do that. So how do they know? Why are they going to buy this? Your photo has to tell them how incredible it is. It needs to write down the 5 top benefits of your product and ask this question. Is my featured photo showing clearly, beyond shadow of a doubt, every single one of those 5 features, those benefits? For example, if your wallet is a benefit because it's a 2 flap or a 3 flap, or inside it's got a divider, or it's a 2 or 3 flap, or it folds really, really thin, that's not a good sign if it's thin. I'm joking. Right? You need to show them that in your photo. If it's really cool because it's leather, it needs to show it's clean, smooth, suede leather. You see what I mean? Make sure that featured photo is awesome. Yes, okay, let's keep going. Thank you, Joe. I'm really glad this is helpful. Amazing X Factor tips. Absolutely. How do you get video reviews from buyers? So Faizan, you ask them for it. You ask them. There is a company that is extremely helpful doing this. I'm going to share it with the Just One Dime Warriors today. Remind me, tag me on Facebook, and I'll do it for you guys. They'll actually do this for you legitimately. It's not the same as if you have a vendor account where one of the photos is a video. It is underneath that. It would be one of the video shorts, a related video, but it's extremely helpful. Awesome. So glad this is helpful, Dilawar. Hello, David, fellow Texan. How are you, brother? Why do you do these tutorials if you make so much money? I do them because I love to help people, and I train people, and I make money helping people. And I also learn more. So for example, by doing this video today, it's helping me to learn this better, and I'm able to go out and make more money as a result. Thank you, Jeddah. I'm so glad this is helpful. Is Amazal better than Jungle Scout? Okay, you guys saw that video I did on Jungle Scout versus Amazal? I received like a lot of hate mail on that video. Not from Jungle Scout. They've been totally cool. I don't know Jungle Scout. I have nothing against them. I'm just going to be blunt. The accuracy of Amazal compared to Jungle Scout blew my mind. Amazal is extremely accurate. That's why I like it. I care about accuracy. I don't care who's emotionally committed to what program just because you've used it or it's easy. I don't care. What I care about is truth, facts, what works. So if you find a program that's accurate, let me say this, Amazal is responsible for helping me make a lot of money. And not because they ever paid me anything. They never sent me a single dime, because I use their tool. That's why I love Amazal. They're accurate, and that's what I love about them. I'm not saying Jungle Scout is all bad. In fact, I heard after that video, a lot of people told me, hey, Seth, their numbers are more accurate now. I'm glad it worked if it did. And again, nothing against Jungle Scout. If I saw Greg, I'd give him a big hug and say, hey, man, how are you doing, brother? I have nothing against them. What I care about is accuracy. That's what I care about. And that's more important than getting people to like me. How do negative keywords help or not? Are they even worth adding to your product? Excellent question, midlife entrepreneur. You guys ask awesome questions. So negative keywords are super important, and I'll share two different tips for you. Number one, if someone, let's say you're selling the swaddle blankets we talked about, and one of your keywords that you're putting as a word in your manual campaign, not automatic now, okay? And people, you're hoping when people type in swaddle blanket that your ad will come up, people will click on it and buy it. That's your hope. The problem is when people type in this keyword, a lot of people are clicking on your ad, but they're not buying it. So you go back and you go, what's going on here? I'm spending $2 every time someone clicks on this keyword. That can get expensive really fast with millions of people searching on Amazon every day. One of two problems there are, my friend. I sound like Yoda. Number one, either your listing is not optimized. Your listing is not very good. People look at it and it's just, and they look at other ones and go, and they buy it. They don't buy yours, okay? So you need to fix your listing. Or number two, the keyword is too generic, AKA not specifically relevant. You aren't actually selling swaddling blankets. You're selling cotton muslin swaddling blankets. You see? Therefore, you don't want people clicking, because if people are just searching swaddling blankets, they may not care about cotton or muslin. They may not even know what it is, let alone how to pronounce it. So you're wasting money. So try to rank for the keywords that are going to make you money. If they're too broad, people click on it, but they don't buy. Remember I said before, the longer the word, if people want it and it's relevant to your listing, they'll buy it a greater percentage. Those are the keywords you want to rank for. So what you do is if after 10 days you realize, man, I spent hundreds of dollars in this keyword, and no one's buying, you're going to take that word, swaddling blankets, and you're going to put it in your ad campaign as an exact match negative keyword. What that means is anytime someone searches swaddling blankets, your ad will not come up. People will not click on it, and you won't waste money. But when they do search cotton muslin swaddling blankets, your ad does come up, people click on it, and they're much more likely to buy. That's how you use a negative keyword. Because he loves what he does, and people love what they do, also love telling. You're exactly right, random stranger. I'm a coach. That's what I'm good at. I love coaching. Good point about the keywords, something I'm working on rather than complete with existing listings only. That's awesome. Vitruvian man. That's super cool. Thank you, random stranger. I totally appreciate it. Or I mean VP. Is it necessary to do the PPC ads for info on what people are searching? Are the other keyword tools not enough? So I would, great question, Vitruvian man. So Vitruvian man, start with the keywords that you found from keyword search engines. So for example, I talked to you guys about Amazon Keyword Tool Dominator. Use that. Use merchant words. I love merchant words for getting ideas. I love Keyword Tool Dominator for targeting, for really specific sniper focus, okay? Start with those. That's all you have to start with. You don't have a PPC ad campaign to start with. You have to have a product before you can run a campaign. And by the way, guys, you have to get a professional seller's account to run an ad campaign. You can't do it on an individual seller account. So start with those keywords. Then as you run the ad campaign, you're going to adjust your listing as you learn from the ad campaign what is working and what is not working. And we also teach this on our team. We actually have some PPC ad experts, really, really good at what they do, who understand ad campaigns like it's nobody's business, and they help you with this. So make sure you're starting with the outside, then from the inside, that's how you optimize. And so, for example, I might be selling cotton muslin swaddling blankets for 3 weeks. And I come back and I go, you know what? I realize that cotton swaddle blanket is not getting as much conversion as muslin cotton swaddle blanket. So I'm going to add the word muslin in my title. See, so my listing is changing based on the ad campaign. And guys, the market is not static. It will change. 3 months, all of a sudden, your sales start to drop. It's happened to us 100 times. And then you go, wait a minute. Oh, I need to change my keyword. Or, oh, I need a 3D rendered photo. You see, you keep adjusting it over time. The beauty of it is the hard work. What I'm showing you guys right now when I shared my screen for like 20 minutes, that's the hard work. Negotiating with suppliers, that's the hard work. That's why I'm flying to China next Sunday. I'm going to meet our team in China to make sourcing with suppliers easier for you. So you can find the factories, the original factory, find the supplier, get the help you need. That's what I love about this business. You can go anywhere in the world and fulfill your dream. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to keep going because I'm about to go on a rabbit trail. Let's see. Okay. All right. How do you know how many world searches a person may have done to finally find their product of interest? This is from Alice Morel-Dennis. Most people conduct more than one keyword search when looking for something. Very, very good point. And that's why, Alice, you're not going to only use one keyword with your listing. What I recommend you do is put your top 2 keywords in your title. So, are you guys familiar with bridging on a keyword? Let me give you an example. Let's say you have 2 keywords. One of them is cotton swaddle blanket, and the other one is muslin cotton swaddle. Okay, so again, one of them is cotton swaddle blanket. That's a keyword. You know there's a lot of demand based on your research. And another one is muslin cotton swaddle. Did you notice that both of those keywords have the same word in it, and that is cotton? I'm sorry, that is swaddle. So what you do is now you have a long keyword. It's going to be muslin, cotton, swaddle, blanket. Swaddle is the bridge. You have swaddle blanket and you have muslin, cotton, swaddle. So swaddle is only used one time, but it's serving 2 purposes. Does that make sense? So your title could be this: muslin, cotton, swaddle, blanket. Cotton swaddle blanket is there. That's at the end. And at the beginning, it's muslin, cotton, swaddle. Both of those are keywords, yet you've bridged them. And now the word swaddle is being used twice. It's doing double duty for you. Does that make sense? That helps you to get more out of your keywords. You don't need to repeat the keyword in your title. Don't do it. You're wasting your time. Don't repeat it in your bullet points. Once in the title, once in the bullet points, once in the description, and on the back end, put in everything else. Question from Vitruvian Man. Is keyword packing and title still necessary? This is awesome. This is what I was just answering. If the words are on the back end search words anyway on the listing, do you think it's better to use title to capture interest instead? Yes. So here's the priority. The most important keywords you have are going to be in the title. The second most important keywords you're going to have are in the bullet points. The third in the product description, and everything else on the back end. And don't forget, the back end has a limit of 250 keyword character spaces. So you don't need to put in more. If you put in more, it simply won't show up. We've tested it. I have competitors and partners who've tested it. It simply doesn't work. So you don't need more than 250. Okay, so your title is the most important. Why? That's where people see first. And Amazon ranks it based on that. So you should, when you've done all your research, you should have at least 6 to 8 what you would call power keywords. Like, man, these are the top 6 to 8 most important keywords. Now rank them. What is the most important to the least? Some of it is guessing. You don't know 100% for sure what people are searching for until you run an ad campaign. But you can get a lot of that data from Keyword Tool Dominator, a ton of it from Amazal, ideas from Merchant Words. That's why I use combinations of tools, you guys. Those 3 tools right there, you should be able to crush it. Merchant Words, Amazal, Keyword Tool Dominator. Absolutely crush it. And remember, on our team, people who join through the bundle, they get Amazal, the subscription, for an entire year. So they get that whole database and all this extra research a year. So just, it's a free program, but you get a lot more. Once you have your 6 to 8 top power keywords, you're going to rank them from the most important to the least. The most important you're going to put in your title. I would put in 2. Do the bridging I told you about. I just explained that a few minutes ago. Then put the next most important in your bullet points. You don't need to repeat the same keyword in your bullet points more than once. So for example, I would include the 2 top keywords that you put in your title. I would include them in your bullet points and your product description. Does that make sense? But your bullet points will have your next most important keywords, and your product description will have your next most important keywords. And then everything else that's relevant will go on the back end. Mruti, I'm going to try to say your name. Mrutyunjaya Dash. Tell me how I pronounced your name if I did it well. That's a tough one. What is the ideal number of long tail keywords we should target in one listing? This is hilarious. You guys are like predictive. I just explained that you're like predicting what I was going to say. or we should only have one keyword throughout the listing targeting that specific long tail keyword. So 6 to 8. I go for 6 to 8. There's no exact science on it. No one's going to have a perfect answer, but 6 to 8 I think is reasonable. Why not more? Are there more keywords out there I could rank for cotton muslin swaddle blankets? Absolutely. Why don't I put in more? Because then it starts looking ridiculous, like someone just stuffed keywords. You know, like it's kind of like when you're going on a trip and you have your big luggage and you're stuffing things and you're literally jumping on, you're getting your whole family to sit on top of the luggage to try to get it in. You zip it and that poor zipper is going, and you're trying to stuff it as much as you can. And then you sit up and go, and it looks like really fat. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it looks like when people stuff too many keywords in their listing. Don't do it. Just put in the best, because Amazon is changing. And if you guys have been watching lately in the last few months, Amazon keeps talking about this. They're saying, hey guys, use the natural keywords. Use what people would type in. Don't overdo it. If you overdo it, your listing won't rank. That's why I only use 6 to 8 top keywords. True, almost pointless competing on certain keywords. Everyone seems to be using PPC. You're 100% right, Vitruvian man. And that's why, brother, I love the strategy of finding a product, putting it on there as a test, find keywords that are ranking, then building out your real product. That's awesome, Corey. Corey, can I just say this for a minute? Corey says, let me go back to it. Corey says, as always, love the videos. Plan on joining Just One Dime soon. The Just One Dime team is like no team I've ever worked with. I'm going to China in less than a week. I have an opportunity to meet Just One Dime warriors there. That's incredible. These are people who are warriors, not just, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur. They're people who are making it happen, people who are making sacrifices to make it happen around the world. I've never worked with a more passionate, loyal, amazing, committed community in my life. And the coaches, guys, on Thursday, do you guys know what's happening on Thursday? Myself and all of our coaches are doing a 2-hour webinar training on everything we can. You get to meet them, and it's going to be pretty awesome. All right. That's awesome. Ciao, Kaban. Drago, how are you, brother? Good to see you. Shame Dan cannot join you. I know. I wish Dan could have been here today. His internet was giving him problems. I joined 3 months ago, launched my first product soon. Best decision of my life. That's awesome, brother. Good to see you, Drago. No problem, Go Natural. Happy to help. Tired of the regular 9 to 5. Well, in my case, 5 a.m. to 1:30. Can't wait. I totally hear you, Corey. And Corey, can I share something I love about Just One Dime? People here are people who have done it, people who have worked the soul-crushing hours. They're sick of it, and they're wanting to find a way out. That's why I created this program. Holy Grail, keyword something. Vitruvio, man, I lost it. Sorry, brother. Let me go back. Okay. Oh, man, you guys have so many questions. I'm afraid I can't get to all these. Okay, accurate keyword estimates and Amazon searches. Yes. Hey, Jim, how are you, brother? Thoughts on Butterfly book marketing? I've heard of them, but I haven't used them, so I couldn't tell you if he speaks. What is the name of the keyword tool? Keyword Tool Dominator. Keyword Tool Dominator. And you get lifetime access if you're a Just One Dime member through the bundle. Do the search results on Amazon include items, this is from Midlife Entrepreneur, include items in the handmade category or just FBA? They include all, anything someone searches for. Thanks for the answer to your question. Very smart to learn things about your market. No problem, Alex. Happy to help. Hey, from Kentucky, Corey. Yep, thank you, Achao, Keyword Tool Dominator. How can I protect my pictures in Amazon so they won't be copied? This is from Juselino. This is a great question. Okay, this is going to shock some of you guys. You ready? When you take a picture and you pay a photographer for that picture and you post it on Amazon, do you know who owns the photo now? Can anyone guess? Amazon owns the photo. So just not trying to discourage you or burst your bubble, but Amazon owns the photo. When you signed up with Amazon, you agreed to a statement, and trust me, I didn't know this either until I learned years later. I wouldn't expect you to know because no one reads the agreement statements. You agreed to a statement that said they own your listing. Those are their customers, not yours. So you're selling on their platform. However, having said that, I had the privilege to ask CJ Rosenbaum this exact question when I was in Seattle speaking at an Amazon conference. By the way, CJ Rosenbaum is going to be here live very soon, and he's speaking at the Just One Dime conference in Las Vegas in March. He is a lawyer from New York, and he does it like New York, he'll kick ass. He'll kick Amazon's ass. You still can protect yourself. The number one easiest way is to get a copyright on the photos. Register for a copyright with the United States Copyright Office or the appropriate government entity in your country. Then you can go to Amazon and say, look, here are the copyrights. Someone's using my photo. Amazon will respond. I've never seen them not. That's how you do it. And getting copyright registered is much easier than a trademark or a patent. You still need a trademark. You still need a trademark, and that's another topic. But yeah, I bet this guy has a regular job. V-Speaks, I will invite you to my house and you can live a day with me. I don't have a regular job. That's why I'm sitting here doing this. If you see my videos all throughout the day, I'm constantly sharing with the world. No, I don't. And I love what I do. And I make more money. I'm going to boast, if you guys don't mind. I make more money in a day than I made in a month working for the richest company in the world. Just saying. Not to be all arrogant, but it works, brother. And I hope you can find the same, because you can. Seth, what's your take on beauty versus handmade category? If they're mostly doing a search for a certain product, is it even worth going through all the hassle going through the beauty and gating? Yes, it is Go Natural. And I'm guessing by Go Natural, that sounds like a beauty kind of item. I'm guessing that's what you're already thinking, right? Is about going with a natural beauty kind of product. Absolutely is. The easiest way to get ungated is to sell a whole bunch in an ungated product category. Once you sell a whole bunch and you have a healthy account, it's much easier now to get ungated in a gated product category. So I would highly recommend you do that. I would not give up. If that's your passion, if that's what you love, go for it. Once you are ungated and you're in the category, you're now dealing with fewer sellers, which means less competition. But keep in mind, those who are in there are better at what they do because they also went through the long, painstaking process of getting ungated. Now, in our coaching program, we have videos showing you tips on how to get ungated. I'm not one of those people who says, we will get you ungated, guaranteed. I can't guarantee that. I'm not Amazon. But we have been ungated in every single product category we have ever requested, me and my wife, with the exception of selling videos. We did that once in the early days. We didn't go back and try. I bet if we tried now we would, but we're not doing arbitrage as much as we used to. So I don't have any desire to do that anyways. So yeah, so yes, you absolutely can, and it is worth it, yes. Handmade is difficult. I'm going to share another tip with you guys. This is another way to find your products, and this is going one step beyond what I just shared with you. And some of you guys are going to go, whoa, not yet. Go to Etsy. You guys, any of you guys on Etsy? Go to Etsy. Find the most unique product you can. Buy it. Get that product. Sell it on Amazon. As long as you have rights to sell it. If you need to do some kind of agreement with the owner, I'm not going to go into the legal side of that. But if you can, sell it. Run an ad on it. See how many people are searching for it. Use your intuition. What are people really looking for? Go to the owner. See if they have a patent on it. If they don't, manufacture your own. Make it private label. I've seen people do this and they're making millions. When I say millions, I don't use it lightly. Millions. 1,000,000 millions. It's longer, it's more risky, it's hard, but that's another way you can make money. Find a super unique product that fills a very legitimate need that you would love, that people love, and sell that and build your own private label. There is an opportunity in starting with a new product. Now, handmade is similar to that. Handmade, the problem with that is it's not scalable unless you hire a team to do it for you. It takes forever. So that's why I don't do handmade. Can you do it? Yes. If that's your passion, absolutely. If you're trying to make passive income, probably not, unless your margins are really high so you can pay people to make them for you. Those are my thoughts on that. Christopher, I love you too, brother. Thank you, man. If I add a keyword that's working in my auto campaign, this is Jim's question. If I add a keyword that's working in my auto campaign to a manual campaign, do I need to remove it from the auto? What if it's still making money in the auto? You can keep it in the auto, absolutely. But here's what I like to do, Jim. I use my auto ad campaigns to collect keywords, to find new keywords. I want it to be it's like my crawler, my search engine. It's finding new keywords. So then I go over here to the manual campaign and I take the ones that are really good, the ones that are making me money, and I take those words and I put them in the automatic campaign as a negative keyword. So the automatic campaign will not search, will not use those words. It'll force it to find other keywords that other sellers aren't using, but people are searching for. See? So you use it as sort of, I start with that to get an idea, then I move over to the manual campaign. And when you find those top keywords, Jim, in your manual campaign, make them exact match. If you know it's converting, you want exact match. Why? Phrase match will take something like swaddle, let's see, cotton muslin and swaddle blanket. Phrase match can change the order of the words, and the connector words like and, but, or, in, how, all those, not how, and, but, or, in, the, those are irrelevant. It can remove them. It'll just change the order. Generic match will do anything just about. If it even has just, if your keyword is cotton muslin swaddle blanket and has the word muslin in it, it might put in a whole bunch of other muslin type products that aren't even relevant. It's very broad. Once you find a keyword that's converting for you and really good, make it exact match. That way you know it's going to make you money. You're not wasting time with other keywords that aren't working. Then use your auto campaign to find new words, but put your best keywords from your manual into your auto as negatives, so it won't search for those, it won't use those anymore. You already have those in your manual, right? And it'll find new keywords for you. That's how I would do it, brother. Yeah, no problem, Vitruvian man. Absolutely. Can I meet in China? Wes, email Susan. I sent an email out to everyone I know last night, and it was the longest email I've ever made. I had my wife read it. It's like, make sure there's no misspells and it makes sense. I don't want to bore people. I hate long emails, but there's so much information. I sent an email out. I hope you got it, Wes. Email Susan at justonedime.com if you want to meet me in China. Susan at justonedime.com. Susan at justonedime.com. And let's make it happen. ALOC 100. Hey, Seth, even after having a very good images still, if the order conversion is not great, what does it mean? How should I improve? ALOC, you need to go run a business report on your listing. Run a business report. Go into your Seller Central, go to business reports, download that report, and find out which of these is a problem. Either number one, no one's finding your listing, or number two, your listing's not converting. It's always going to be one of those two. It could be the reason it's converting is no one's finding it. So ALOC 100, that's kind of a cool name, ALOC. Sounds like an old pirate or something, ALOC. Sorry, guys. That's so random, but I just find the coolest. You guys, we're going to make a pirate movie someday. I'm going to steal your YouTuber usernames for names where I pirate movie. Please don't copyright it and send me to jail. Okay. What I would do, ALOC, is, boy, I just lost my train of thought. That was ridiculous. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. What I would do is find out if people are finding it. So take your main keyword for your product, such as cotton muslin swaddle blankets, search it on Amazon, and let me ask you this. Is it coming up on the first or second page? If it's not, you have a discoverability problem. No one can find it, which means you need to do several things. You need to make sure the keywords are relevant. Are people actually searching for the keyword you have? You might need to change your keywords. You need to make sure it has social proof. Now, social proof only helps after people find it, but you still need it, because what could have happened is people were finding it first, but they weren't biting it. So therefore, its BSR went, which means no one can find it anymore. You see, you need to get reviews on there. But I would first look at make it discoverable. If no one's finding it, but people are searching for it, run an ad campaign on it so it starts getting discovered. And that can also help with your organic searches as well. Man, that's a huge topic. I did a whole video on this last week. I hope that is helpful. Exponential, that's kind of a cool name too. If a first quote for a product is $5 under £1, $5 under £1, how is that possible? Oh, maybe you're thinking in UK terms? If a first quote for a product is $5, oh, you're saying if it's $5 and it's under £1, how long would you think I can negotiate the price down? Oh, okay, you're talking about a quote from a supplier and it's $5 and the product is under £1. You got to explain more, Exponential. I'm struggling with the question, but to negotiate the price down, you shouldn't, okay, number one, always negotiate once with suppliers, maybe twice. If you don't negotiate, they think you're an amateur. Negotiate. We Americans are so afraid of negotiating. I don't want to be offensive. No. I don't look like a used car salesman. Hey, people in China, they want it. It's like, come on, negotiate. You don't negotiate? I'm going to take advantage of you. That's what they think, okay? So you got to negotiate no matter what. How do you negotiate? Here's how you do it. So let's just say you're selling wallets. Hey, I just need 300 for my minimum order quantity. How much can you get these for me? We'll send them to you for $2 a piece. It's going to cost about 75 cents per item to ship. And that's going to be Air Express, door-to-door, paid delivery, deliver duty paid, DDP. Okay, cool, no problem. I have a question, supplier. Before I order these, when I order 5,000 of these, what is the best price you can give me? And all of a sudden it goes from $2 a piece down to $1.25. That's amazing. That's a ton of money you can make when you're selling 20,000 of these a month. Think long-term. Sometimes getting the best MOQ is the worst thing you can do. You know why? Because those suppliers are taking advantage of you. They're thinking, hey, this person, they're not going to do a whole lot. All they care about is getting in at a really low price. And people who think that way oftentimes don't succeed. Now, I understand we all are going to have limited funds. No one, not even Mark Cuban, has unlimited money. I get that. But you need to keep in mind, what matters is what is the price they're going to give you when you're selling, when you're ordering huge batches. I would rather go with a supplier who charges more for my first MOQ of 300, but I can save 25 cents per item when I'm ordering 10,000, than the reverse. A supplier who give me a really good MOQ, but when I order 10,000 of these, the price is not that much better. That tells me two things. Number one, I'm going to make far more money if I do it that way. And number two, the supplier is more legit. How do you know a legit supplier? They don't give you a ridiculous deal on the MOQ. Those kind of people are probably trade agents. They're getting it from a factory. They're making a tiny bit of money, but they're doing a ton of MOQs, because there's thousands of Amazon sellers who won't ever come back. And so they're just going to make money in the first one, you see? So that's how you negotiate, my friend. Awesome. I'm glad you liked it, Jed. I hope it's helpful. That Facebook page is our generic one. I'm not super interactive on there. We just post content constantly to help people out. Once you become part of the Just One Dime team, that's super interactive. It is not uncommon for there to be one post on the Facebook and then to have 30 responses to that single post. Not just encouragement, but tactical how-to, which I love. Awesome. No problem, Al-Chow. I'm glad the bridge keyword is helping. Does Just One Dime help you product if you purchase the course? Yes. So what we do is if you get the silver program, which now includes monthly one-to-one face-to-face meetings, we find you a market niche, a huge potential market niche every single month. If you get the bundle, we find you 3. Now, we always say this. We want to teach you how to fish. And my fear in this from the beginning was I don't want to make people weak by them depending on us. So we help you. Here's an idea. Here's research done. But you still have to dig in and do more research to make sure you understand it well so you can sell and succeed. Okay? So yes, we do that for you, absolutely. But we're also going to teach you how to do it yourself because that's where you make really good money. When I order a sample from a supplier, says Ariel Rosario, should I already have my logo on it? And how much should I order for my first launch on Amazon? You don't need your logo on it at the beginning. The first order should be for one reason only, getting your listing ranking. You may not even make money on that first order. I know that can hurt. Like, wait, I want to make money. Yes, you do. But remember, when you plant an apple tree, do you expect apples to grow the first season? No way. You have to wait years sometimes. Now, fortunately, in Amazon, you only have to wait months, not years. You want to invest in your listing. So the goal of your first order is to get it ranking. You need to get reviews on it, social proof. You need to use strategies that we teach that will help it to rank to the first page. We have 7 different hacks we use, and they're extremely effective. That's why someone posted just a couple weeks ago, he did 16,000 in this first month. 16,000! That's incredible. He's using it correctly, brand new to Amazon. So that's how you do it. You want to get your listing ranking. Then you order more, you start making money. You might give away a lot, you get reviews on it. It's all about marketing at the beginning before you make money. And if you think that way, you'll make money. But if you're super like, I got to make money in this first one, it's going to frustrate you because you're not going to be spending the time getting it ranking. And if it doesn't rank, you won't make money anyways, you see? So I wouldn't worry about the logo at the beginning too much. If you can afford it, that's great. But usually they have what's called, I'm forgetting the name, guys. Help me out here. If you have to order a minimum order of products in order to get your label, OEM, original equipment manufacturer. What it means, OEM, is if you order a minimum quantity, they will put your logo on it for free. So you can, but I don't think it's important at the beginning. I hope I can use the company about the review in Germany. Absolutely. We have Germans on our team. Yes, you can. And as you saw, Maisau, they also are in Germany now, beta version. Okay, cool. Guys, there's a ton of questions. These are awesome. Really, really enjoyed doing this today. I'm going to stop because it is 8:44 and I went like 30 minutes beyond promised. I just want to say one last thing. You can make this happen. You can. Don't give up. If you're struggling, that's a good thing. That means you're growing. Do you know, I struggle with something every day. I will be transparent with you guys. I am not this perfect human being. I struggle. Doesn't matter how rich I am. I still struggle. I'm a human. I struggle with my own issues. I struggle with my relationships. I struggle with my health. I struggle in managing my money. I struggle with my business. I struggle. That's human. It's okay. Here's the key thing. When you struggle, receive that as a way to get stronger. I tell my wife this all the time. You know what? Every time I run into a brick wall and it hurts, I ask, this is going to make me stronger. What can I learn from this? That's what you want to do. You want to learn from it and grow. That's what makes an entrepreneur. It comes from the inside. It's not a maze out. It's not Jungle Scout. It's not just one dime. It's in your heart, your character. The more you grow on the outside, the more you will grow in wealth on the inside, the more you grow wealth on the outside. Your outward success is in direct proportion to your inward growth. If you remember that, you will take ownership for your SHIT. You will grow as a human. You can and will succeed. That's how people do it. That's how it works. But having said that, I hope this has been super helpful for you guys today. You guys are awesome. You ask awesome questions, and I really, really enjoyed this. I love you guys. Have an awesome day, all right? I'll see you later. Bye.